What's up, guys? Bungie recently announced a brand new game for the first time in many years. The question on some of our minds is, what is Marathon? Marathon is actually a trilogy of video games released by Bungie prior to the Halo franchise. This was a first-person shooter in the 90s, very Doom-esque if you're not familiar with that game. And now they're rebooting the franchise more or less by releasing Marathon. Marathon is going to be a sci-fi PvP extraction shooter. In this new game, you will become a runner. Your goal will be to go into a map, acquire as much gear as you can, and get to the extraction point without dying so you don't lose out on that loot. This will lead to some really good moments of high risk versus reward moments. Is it worth going into that next building where you're hearing people shooting, but you could lose on the loot that you already have acquired? So is it worth it? This is going to be a game that will more heavily reward those who are willing to take risks. Let us know what you're thinking of Marathon. This is a style of gameplay that I've never done before. I've played Battle Royales, I've played arena shooters, but this is something different. But if you have played games like Escape from Tarkov, then you know exactly what this kind of game is about. Now, in preparation for this video, I did actually watch some gameplay from Tarkov as well as some other extraction shooters to get an idea of kind of how that works, and it actually looks to be a lot of fun. My biggest complaint with Battle Royales is the fact that there is no long-term progress, that it feels like it's just, oh, I got all this stuff, boom, I'm dead, start over. There will be moments like that in Marathon, however, with the chance to have secured that loot. That's one thing I'm looking forward to the most, because it looks like we're going to be able to upgrade our runner over time by acquiring gear and taking those risks. And Bungie is known for crafting really great experiences for players, and they've been doing so for decades. They did it with Halo for 10 years, they've been doing it with Destiny for almost 10 years, and that's just the experiences that I have, because I've been a Bungie fan since Halo CE. I do believe this will be a first-person shooter. I have no reason to believe otherwise. When you look at the original Marathon games being first-person shooters, Halo being a first-person shooter, and Destiny being a first-person shooter. So I don't see this being a third-person, as I've heard some people speculate. They did say that this is not going to be a sequel to the Marathon trilogy of games. Basically, this is going to take place in the same universe. There is a lot of lore in Marathon from what I've heard. I haven't played a lot of it myself, so I am looking forward to delving into that. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of YouTubers out there who are going to dive more into the lore, especially when it starts getting closer to release. Speaking of, we do not have a release window for this game yet. My guess is 2024 to 2025, maybe even later. They mentioned the next time that we see them, we're going to be seeing some gameplay. Bungie Day is right around the corner, so it's possible that we'll see something in July, but I'm actually not thinking it's going to happen. But the fact that it seemed like they were playtesting it against each other tells me that this game might be closer to a 2024 release, at least for a beta. This is their first PvP-focused game. Halo was actually a PvE game first, then PvP. Just PvP took off in terms of popularity, whereas Destiny is more PvE than PvP, with this one being PvE, the more popular of the two. This is going to be straight PvP, and we're getting dedicated servers. This will have full crossplay and cross-save. This is currently in development for the Xbox Series X/S, PlayStation 5, and PC. The fact that they're starting it with cross-save is going to be huge. I think they've learned a lot from Destiny, from being on multiple platforms, that they didn't have that problem with Halo because it was just Xbox. Now, this game will be set on the mysterious planet of Tau Ceti 4, and we will be taking the role of cybernetic mercenaries known as runners. You can play solo or in crews, which what I remember them saying in the Vidoc was up to 3 players. Other than that, we don't have a whole lot of information. I will point this out, because this is something that came to mind, was the fact that Matter was revealed years ago to be a Bungie project that was being worked on. And then they announced Marathon. So some people have asked me, hey, is Marathon going to be Matter, or are they still working on Matter? They haven't confirmed this, although Forbes has said that this is actually Matter. I really do believe that this is Matter, and that there isn't another project in the works outside of the Destiny franchise. What that means is that this is something they've been working on for some time. Now, it's possible that Matter was going to be just an extraction shooter, and then halfway through, or sometime between the reveal of the project Matter versus now, they decided to merge it into the Marathon universe. Or it was always going to be Marathon, and they knew that people would figure it out or things would get leaked, so they were just calling it by a code name. They did have a link for content creators like myself who are Bungie fans who want to participate with Marathon going forward. I did sign up for that. Fingers crossed that I get selected to be a part of it in any way, shape, or form. Again, I've been a Bungie fan for a very long time. They have earned my loyalty. They narratively craft experiences and moments that are going to live on in that world. I can't wait. There's also the Destiny Showcase that we'll be seeing in August. I'm wondering if that is also maybe a chance for us to see when Marathon might be coming out, or some gameplay, which is really what I'm looking forward to. The art style looks really unique, and I'm wondering how it's actually going to look in-game. If you did enjoy this video, though, please feel free to subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and that's what we're trying to do, is create a place for you guys to be able to go to for information, guides, news, reviews. So it would be super helpful. Please go ahead and click that. And that's all we have for today. Until next time, just play.